Sometimes our silence speaks volumes, but we must understand. The message our silence sends is not always what we've left unsaid. For when our silence won't cooperate, we need to learn to use our own voices. For while words can be sharp as daggers, the blunt nature of silence can cause far more damage. In this season, we'll be addressing the psychological impact of silence in our communities. And so please keep tuning in to learn more. Hey Mental Glowers, how is it going? Welcome back to Mental Glow with Jacqueline Owden. But first things first, let me start with a heartfelt I am sorry for being little MIA. Life happened, growth happened, and behind the scenes so much has been brewing. But through it all, your messages, your listens, your shares, and your unwavering support over the years have meant everything to us, and we are so grateful for sticking with us and for keep on tuning in and prioritizing your mental health. And as we are going through this year, which I believe is a blessed year, a lot is going to happen, a lot of growth and new things in our lives. So let's stick with each other and continue to prioritize our mental health. So this is episode 47. Woo-hoo! We are so grateful that we'll tutaendelea kurekodi hizi episodes za afya ya akili ambapo tutaendelea kugusa maisha ya watu tofauti tofauti. And as I say that this season is all about breaking the silence, we want to talk about things that normally we wouldn't be talking about kwenye hali ya kawaida kwenye maisha yetu. And so be more intentional. Transparency is really important, and if you feel like there are any challenges that you're experiencing, definitely do not hesitate to reach out. So whether you're listening while commuting or resting or healing, simply trying to make your life better and making sense of your life each day, tafadhali stay with us. This is a very powerful episode. And before I introduce my guest of today, get ready, take a deep breath and exhale. Yes. So today I'm really honored to have Mwanahawa Omary, or you can simply just call her Hawa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a yoga teacher, and so today, get ready, y'all, because I know there's so many things that we'll be talking ambavyo hamjazoea kusikia kwenye hali ya kawaida, maybe hamjawahi kusikia kabisa, and you've been having so many questions regarding yoga and how useful it is and all the, stigma or stereotypes ambazo tunazisikia kwenye jamii. Kwenye hii episode tutapata kuongelea na tunaamini kwamba ni episode ambayo utapata kujifunza zaidi, na mwisho wa siku you make a decision to, integrate yoga as a tool of prioritizing your mental health, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so before we get started, as usual, we have M-Glow quizzing. I have a very special question to Hawa.
Wow, okay.
Before we kuendelea na hii haya mazungumzo, we would love to know, Hawa, as a yoga teacher.
Yes.
What does yoga mean to you?
Yoga means coming home to myself.
Wow.
Yeah. And what I mean by that is when I look the journey of yoga, for me, how it helped to become the person that I am today. I wouldn't do it with outside, things. I had to go deeper inwards and finding the purpose or finding myself in a way that it's not easy just being out there, right? Yeah. So yoga, it's coming home to myself.
Nice. That is so deep. I'm like, Wow, sikutegemea ungeanza kujibu hivyo.
Wow, what did you expect?
Because, you know, it's like yani unaishi maisha yale ambayo unawaambia wengine wafanye, si ndio?
Absolutely.
Like you can be telling and preaching to other people kwamba practice yoga, alafu wewe mwenyewe you're not comfortable doing it, you don't feel safe doing it, but then what you've just shared with us ni kwamba it's like you're meant to do this, right? You were created for this. This is like your purpose, helping other people to prioritize their health through yoga.
Kabisa.
And that's really powerful.
No, yeah.
I mean, I'm really happy for you.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful to be in this journey, actually.
Yeah.
We're learning every day. And yeah, there's so much more to learn and to keep living and experience.
Yeah. And that's so special because watu wengi, they're still trying to figure out what really works for them. And you being in a place where you know what really works for you and what's safe for you, that's huge.
It is a blessing.
I'm like, the way you're talking about yoga, you're really passionate about it. It's like when I talk about mental health, so yeah.
Well, you found your purpose. I think I found my purpose.
Yeah.
So
and that's
so beautiful.
That deserves a celebration.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, this question also goes to you who you're listening right now. What really works for you? I mean, I can put it in this way. What really works for you? How can you best prioritize your mental health? Because mwisho wa siku, yes, as of now, you may not know what yoga really entails. Like Kini, I hope by the end of this episode, you'll be able to know. And in the meantime, just take some time to reflect what really works for you. Ni vitu gani ambavyo unafanya kujali afya yako ya akili au maisha yako kiujumla. So kaa tafakari and let's ride with us. Okay. So for those ambao hawafahamu yoga ni nini, right? Can you please briefly tell us what is yoga? Yoga ni nini and imewekwa kwa ajili ya watu wa namna gani?
Okay.
Who is yoga for suitable for?
All right. So thank you first of all for having me, and
it's a pleasure.
So yoga, it has a lot of different definitions, but what I can say is a unification of your body, mind, and soul, and through movements, through breath work, through meditation. So yoga overall, it just carries a lot of things inside. It's not just like a posture, the way you see people doing it. So there's a lot more deeper things. So it's a unification of your body, mind, and soul. And yoga is meant for everyone. Like everyone can do yoga. So this myth, like people think that it's only for skinny couples, or only for women, or for flexibility people. But unfortunately, it's a journey becoming a flexible person, right? And yoga is meant for everyone.
Love that.
So it's not just only about physical, it goes deeper to your mental, to your spiritual. So it's meant for everybody. It just depends where you're starting, what point in your life you are in. So it's going to meet you wherever you are. So that's yoga.
That's nice. And okay, so before I kukuuliza maswali nimeyapata, I'm a little bit curious. For those ambao pia hawafahamu na mimi pia, because I'm learning, hapa najifunza kupitia kwako. Yoga ilianzia wapi?
Okay. So yoga originated from India, like thousands years ago. And then later, wakaanza ku spread in the world, ikaenda America. And then, recently, sasa hivi imesambaa dunia nzima. So people knowing it, but original from India. In Zanzibar too, you see?
I love the fact that umesema yoga is for everyone, right? And by everyone, we also mean that men are included, right?
Absolutely. Not everywhere.
Because wengine wanasema jamani si ni wanawake tu, lakini kiuhalisia hata wanaume pia they're supposed to.
They can do it because it's benefited everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're uko mzima, unaumwa. Like, it's just accommodate everybody. So that's the beauty of yoga.
Yeah. Which is why I think we should also advocate for men inclusion when it comes to yoga.
Absolutely. You know what the thing is? Most men in my life, when I told them about yoga, the direct answer was like, no, I can just be there in downward facing dog. My body is up. I was like, no, it's not even about that. You know, because when you do yoga, for example, we're talking about physical body, the posture that you're doing, right? You know, the feeling or the connection that you get to go inwards to yourself and feel those sensations in your body. So it feels like you are listening to your body at this moment. So who doesn't want that? Because normally there's a lot of distraction out there. When you come back to yourself is where you're going to find clarity, where you're going to find peace, where you're going to find healing. So with those postures, it helps you stay with yourself, stay with your emotions and not running away from it. So for men also, it's really beneficial. It's just for everybody. So they better do it.
Can I just say something? I don't know for you guys who are listening, but for me, kumsikiliza tu how it's like I'm practicing yoga right now. Like, her voice is very therapeutic. So imagine ukiwa mnafanya sasa, mko kwenye setting, you guys are doing it. Imagine how therapeutic it is.
Thank you.
So definitely check her out.
Absolutely. It would be nice to have you everywhere.
Yeah. And one more thing is that I also love the fact that you've addressed kwamba when it comes to yoga, it's not just about the movements ambazo zinafanyika. Because mwisho wa siku, I think like even for me, wakati naanza ku practice yoga, I found myself more focused na jinsi ambavyo nina move my body. And then I did miss the point of it all.
Absolutely.
And unakuta it's not even about that. And I also remember like even the teacher alikuwa na emphasize kwamba you know, our bodies are different. And the way mtu mwingine atakavyo move, it may be different from how you're going to move. And so the most important thing is just go with the flow and see what your body communicates to you.
Absolutely. That's the most important part. So, you know, when we talk about postures, when you talk about somebody doing yoga, most of people, when they focus on just on the body, there is where the hard part kicks, because they can see somebody stand on their head. They say, I want to do that, but no, there's something deeper, and maybe it doesn't work for you, right? So in yoga, we tell people to listen to your body and just go with what your body needs at that moment. And it's different, right? The way your body is, like anatomically, can be different from mine.
Exactly.
Right? So when you try to move according to somebody's else, it does not work. Then is where you're gonna feel hurt or pain or injury. So yoga, it teaches you to really knowing yourself, to really just feel yourself and go with the flow.
I wanna know myself better.
I'm sure you know that you really know so far with all the classes you've done before.
But it's a journey. I'm like, any mwisho siku na different types of yoga.
Absolutely.
And before as yendelea na swalangu, could you please tell us the different types of yoga?
Wow, there is a lot different type of yoga, right? But what I'll talk more on what I do the most. So I teach kind of Vinyasa yoga and Ashtanga and Yin yoga. These are all different type of yoga, and also it has different kind of benefit. It just depends of how you feel for that day. Do you feel like you want to do Yin? Because Yin, it's more like you're really slow pace kind of yoga where you just really stay in a posture for a little bit longer time. So there's different kind of that kind of yoga. So there's where you can use the like restorative, or you can just use your body to really open up yourself, your muscles, so you can really be flexible.
That is Yin.
Yes. So the Yin is where you're holding posture for a little bit longer time and really focusing on that stretches and opening up yourself. And that's like Vinyasa yoga, which is my favorite as well. It's like you're flowing with it. You're like, you're dancing. It has different kind of postures. You just flow. It feels like you create your own dance in some kind of way. And there's this yoga called Ashtanga. Ashtanga, it's kind of yoga that has sequences, right? So there's primary series and there's a secondary series. So this sequence are consistent. It's never changed, right? And this is kind of yoga that's really powerful. Like it's really help you strengthening because it has everything. A lot of holding, a lot of lower push-up. We can say chaturanga kind of thing. So it's like yoga, it has like a different version of it. There's Kundalini yoga where it's more about like the energies. It's more about like, it just depends with what you really want to explore in yoga. And I recommend explore everything so that you can know what works.
What really works.
Because normally it's not like everyone can want to do Ashtanga, though everyone can do it, but maybe it does not align with me at this time. Or so yes. People can do a different type of it.
Love it. And which is why I was saying kuna siku labda unaweza kukuta I remember I have done yin alafu tukaja tukafanya tena Ashtanga I think and it was different. So mwisho siku you find yourself you're learning different movements, different you get to experience a different version of the other, you know, the type of yoga, and mwisho siku you're like, this seems a little bit difficult. Maybe I should just stick with the other one.
How did you find Ashtanga yoga for you?
Well, I think, so before I respond to that, you remind me, like, what exactly does Ashtanga, any movements zake zipo so any turns kama working out, or it's not that it's like that, right? So I remember tulikuwa tumetoka kwenye fitness session, and then tukasema, okay, you know, let's just stretch our bodies, let's go for Ashtanga yoga. And then it didn't feel like, for me, I mean, for me, sikujisikia kama I'm relaxing my body, because it felt like I needed to do more work.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's what I remember. Yeah, because I don't sijakariri majina and knowing kwamba what it entails. Like, if I get to explain to a person, I'm like, ile.
No, that's too hard. Which is I find it. So my first teacher training, I took in Ashtanga yoga, right? And then when I came back here, I started teaching Ashtanga. But then I came to realize some students, they can come for that one session and they'll never come back again.
Oh, that's I
said, no, this is too much, right? Yeah. But then, so it's more advanced kind of yoga. So for the person who just started, it can be a little bit difficult, but it's really beautiful for building your strength and muscles. So yeah, that's good.
I just love how it challenges me to be flexible enough. And for me, when it comes to yoga, that is the only thing that I love about it, because it challenges me. Because you're like, I don't think I can do it, but then when you listen to your body and take it slow, mwisho siku unakuta labda ulikuwa unashindwa kuweka miguu baadaye
and that's a good thing about, I think also that's interact with your mind, your mind side, right? So what's good about yoga? You can just think, I cannot put my fingers on my toes, right? But the moment you are in it, that's why we always encourage you have to breathe so that your body can relax, so the body can just go as deep as it can.
Yeah.
Normally we just limit ourselves in our mind, but our body is not like that, right? When you allow yourself to just breathe, relax your muscles, so it can just really go as deep as it can. And that's how you find yourself become flexible and do the stuff that you felt like you are not able to do.
Yeah. So guys, if you want to, become more flexible, relax your mind and body, practice yoga.
Absolutely.
I mean, see where it takes you. You never know.
You never know. Yeah. Can open up the things that you really never knew that you have.
Yeah. And men, my people, Yamani, this year, let's get out of our comfort comfort zone, right? Let's practice. I mean, angalia, does it work for you? Mwisho wa siku, you never know, you may be surprised. Yeah,
and really encourage it in men. You know, men are focusing more on like weightlifting, and that's why you might find a person like very strong, but then they cannot stretch themselves to the great extent. So I encourage, even if you're doing the weightlifting, you can add a stretching moment in your routine, so that you are creating strength in your muscles, but also you allow your muscles to really stretch and open yourself. So very encouragement to just try and do it and see what works for you.
Yeah. Love it. All right, so this year the theme for International Yoga Day inasema kwamba yoga for wellness, wisdom and world peace.
Okay.
And it looks like it implies actually that there is a connection between personal well-being and global harmony, right?
Yeah.
And speaking about global harmony and peace, I would love to take us back kwenye event iliyotokea tarehe 29 mwezi wa 10.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That was very disturbing, right?
Very intense.
And like, I've been reading this book about trauma and healing. You know, we were not given, as a nation, we were not given a space to speak up and, you know, share what we are going through. And even like, I don't want to talk more about the system itself, but it's just that people had to move on with their daily life, like nothing happened. And unakuta tu wana accumulate a lot of distress, a lot of, you know, anger, sadness, and mwisho siku they had no place to let it all out.
Absolutely.
So, like, even for those people ambao they did experience macho kwa macho, ukiachana na sisi, like, Zanzibar was cool and chill. Like, in mainland it was different. So especially for those people that were uko mainland, and even for us ambao tuko tunaangalia kupitia mtandaoni, still it was disturbing. How can yoga, I mean, for them to practice yoga, and how can it help them to let the distress out, the anger, and, you know, the burden that they have?
Wow, that's so deep, and it just reminds me of how the situation was.
Yeah.
And also, especially for me, it was very traumatic experience.
Yeah.
And at that time, as a nation who was grieving, and it can look different from everyone, how to grieve.
Yeah.
But then, yes, there's some things we can't control outside of ourselves, right? So what's more important is to just allow us to feel wherever that we feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's also what helped me at that time, to allow myself to grieve, to allow myself to just take out the emotion, cry, anger. But then at the end of the day, we cannot control what's happening around us. What we can control what's happening within us. Yeah. And yoga, you know, when you're doing it, it helps you to really stay with yourself. It helps you to grieve. It helps you to be in tune with your feelings. And the thing is, if you are in tune with your feelings, that is where healing starts. Yeah. If you acknowledge, okay, I am sad, I feel anger. If you acknowledge that, that's the point of starting your journey of healing. So yoga, it teaches you to just allow you to sit with that pain, to sit with that anger, to sit with it, and just allow yourself, give yourself a grace to grieve, to cry, to do the emotions, and then do something that makes you feel better. It can be anything at that moment. It can be just focus on your breath, right? It can be just go for a walk. It can be you cry yourself out.
Yeah.
You know? So yoga, it's played so important role, because normally stress strolls in our body.
True.
And when you're grieving, the body becomes very heavy. We don't feel like we want to do anything. But when I do yoga, like at that moment I feel great because I put my energy moving. Like I kept my energy in my body moving. That's why I was able to go through that period without going so deep, maybe in depression or anxiety or getting sick. Which is, when I look back like 5 years ago, before I started my journey, the little things that happening around me, it caused me to feel sick. I got ulcers. Why? Because the stress stored in my body. But then when the yoga came into my life, it teaches me how to, how to keep my energy flow in my body, in my mind, so that I can choose to live in the now. I can just choose to live in the moment where we're here. There's no problem around. There's nothing going on. In my body, I feel great. And then it comes to the point that you cannot heal the world if you don't start with yourself.
Exactly.
Because if you yourself, you're not at peace, just expect to create a chaos outside there. And this is something very deep to me when I look at whatever that's going on around, wherever that happened, right? People are so not at peace with their soul. So that's why it's easy for people to create chaos outside the world. But then at the end of the day, what's the goal of it? Because if you are at peace with yourself, that's how we create the world a better place. Because you cannot afford to do something to somebody else that you would not love people to do it to you. So you just spread kindness and just spread love. So that's a very sensitive topic, and I am so grateful that we are able to be here today, and may the souls rest in peace, and everyone just be kind. We're all grieving in a different way.
Be kind to yourself first.
Be kind to yourself and just love yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very tragic moment as a nation. And I think the most important thing, as you said, is to sit in with the pain that we have and process it rather than ignoring it, kwa sababu mwisho wa siku unaweza ukajikuta unaimalizia sehemu nyingine
100%.
unconsciously or even consciously. So
true.
Acknowledging that you did go through this and finding ways to see how can you let it all out.
Absolutely.
That's crucial.
Yes.
And I like the fact that umesema kwamba healing has to start with yourself. And before we focus on kazi, let me go to work, I have to do this, get this done. You need to first tap into yourself and see what's going on in your body, in your mind and soul, and see where exactly doesn't make sense or feels different, and how can you change that to go back to how you were before.
Absolutely.
And one more thing I would also like to link ni kwamba the book that I read about trauma and healing, ilisema kwamba for most people that go through trauma or experiencing trauma, two things ambazo wanakuwa wana struggle nazo ni kurudisha, ni building relationships, lakini pia feel empowerment.
Yes.
And the reason why I linked using yoga as a tool to heal ni kwa sababu I believe that yoga can empower people regardless of their gender, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, getting to be in a position where you learn about your body, see how your body works, that's empowerment because you're in control of your body, your mind, and soul. And so, I mean, for me, I was like, you know what, let me bring Howard in and let's talk about this.
Wow. It's such a wonderful topic. When you're dealing with the trauma, it goes deeper beyond, right? From the moment you were born and everything that happened after that, it's just there. Your body remembers it.
Yeah, true.
Right? And for yoga is such a powerful tool to help you go inward and face those things. Because normally, yes, we have a lot of distraction out there, right? So when, you have to ask yourself a question, when the last time did you sit with yourself
That's a good
and
question.
ask yourself, how am I feeling? What's going on in my body, in my soul? So if you get a time to sit with yourself and face whatever that's going on, this is where you're going to start creating a space for you to heal the trauma, that the stress, and everything that's happening or happened in your life. And it's you talk about relationships when you're traumatized already, like you have traumatic experiences, to start building the relationship. Unfortunately, yes, like sometimes you meet people where you are in your soul, not only physical world, right? And it is a time where somebody has to acknowledge that people change. Sometimes the person that, like, if I know you 5 years ago, you evolve as a person, you changed, right?
Yeah.
Give some people grace of change.
Exactly.
Allow them to see, like, allow yourself to see them in different eyes. Like, okay, the how that I met 5 years ago is completely how
Totally
I met
different.
this time. So how you gonna meet me at this place?
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we really have, like, everybody has to take their own responsibility of understanding themselves, because I believe if you really are deep with yourself, you can't, like, you cannot allow others to maybe to feel judged.
Yeah.
Like the actions that you're doing, like you become very conscious with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand that if I am so in tune with myself, if I accept myself for who I am, it doesn't matter what you're gonna say.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I already in tune with myself. It's like that will be like, no, it's not, that doesn't bother me. So it's really important to just, again, it's a work that you have to go deep within yourself and to start working on healing those experiences that happened to you. But at the end of the day, we have to know that it's already happened.
Yeah.
Heal and just live the life that you have now and just be grateful.
Yeah.
So
This is yoga. I wanted to say this is how. My mind is like all over the place.
it's going. It goes all over. It is crazy. But
I love doing this. I mean, I love holding this space to have such conversation and for people to also be able to learn things. And yeah, I'm super grateful that you joined us today and get to talk about this.
Thank you for creating this space.
We've been planning about this episode for like
Oh my God.
1990s.
But you know, it did at the right time. It happened at the right time.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So going to a second question, how
Okay.
I remember, so I know you guys don't know, but How and I used to be colleagues, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to still being colleagues, right?
Absolutely.
So I remember when I started off working in this organization, Boja Mama, I remember I had this information that your mom passed away, right? And then after months, if not a year, I would say we met.
Yes.
And then, like, even when we were trying to record this episode, I remember you shared kwamba yoga was really, really, really helpful when it comes to grieving, right?
Yes.
Processing what was going on and the loss that you had.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know like there are so many people that are grieving. We've been also talking about the incident that happened last year.
Yeah,
and for people that are still grieving right now, as a person who had that experience, it may not be the same experience as people had last year, but for those who have been losing their close ones, could you please share how yoga helped you get through it?
Yeah. Okay, so this was 2 years ago, and I remember the moment that my mom passed away. I became numb I was not allowed. I mean, maybe it just came natural that I was numb. I didn't feel. Like, I didn't allow myself to feel the anger, the, like, grieving.
Yeah.
So it stayed like that for 2 weeks. Then it's where it hit deeply. That, okay, now your mom is not here anymore.
Yeah.
Then it gets me to the wrong path, which is I went through depression at that time for 2 weeks. And then something kicked in. I was like, it's hard. Yes, my mom passed away. But I did not give myself a grace to cry.
Yeah.
To allow myself to feel the feelings of it. So what I did after that, I remember I took my yoga mat and I just sat there and just touched myself to feel those emotions. That's where I opened up myself to feel the experience that I was going through. But then it was a what? Like, grieving is never ending thing, right? For me, the practices that I was doing at that time, it helped me go through it. It led me to acceptance of, you know what? Yes, I love my mom, but her time is over here, right? And she did her best, and it's nature, So when I came to acceptance is where I started seeing what happened in a different eye. That, okay, I am so grateful for my mom's life. I'm so grateful I've been able to spend time with her and share, like, all the conversations with her. So at this moment, yes, it can come to the time where I can feel like I miss my mom so much. Before, I started like crying and breathing and anger, but now it get to the point like I can feel in those. I feel like I want to talk to her. I can just talk to her like, oh, I miss you, mom. I can smile like I already get to that acceptance. So yoga, the practice that I was doing like meditation. The postures or the kind of yoga that I was doing, it helped me to really feel and accept. So what I can say, if you are grieving, it's okay to cry. It's okay. It's never like until the day you died, you're gonna grieve someone because that person has been part of your life for so long. When it comes that you miss somebody, you feel like crying, cry it up. It's okay, and that's how you are healing. Because if you suppress the emotions, that's going to create a sickness or illness in your body, and we don't want that for you. Well, yes. So allow yourself to feel it, the emotions, and just know that it's a nature. It's a part of life. Sufferings out there, happiness out there. You just have to. Yoga teaches you how to live through it all. How to deal with it, how to sit with your pain, how to sit with the thought of losing your loved ones. It helps you through that.
Yeah. And I just want to touch base on what you just said with that, like how yoga helps you see things going all right. And that's not a breakthrough. Like, grief is a process.
Yeah.
And what you just described is, yoga helped you move from, like, would say, denial to acceptance, and still remembering and acknowledging, going by, yes, I miss my mom, but this happens, and how can I still love her, but also not limiting myself when it comes to living my life.
Absolutely, right? That's true.
Yeah.
It's very strange when I look back. And I feel like, why didn't I allow myself to feel whatever that I feel? But then at the end of the day, we are human.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a yoga fit teacher and I'm not perfect, right? So there's the time that you might step out of those practices and then snap back. Like, it's just a process. It's a journey to allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to feel the emotions. And at the end of the day, just know that life goes on.
Yeah. Life goes on.
Be grateful for the moment that you have with them, the memories.
Sure. Alrighty, thanks for sharing that, Hawa. Yeah, I do hope, like, it speaks to somebody listening and still processing their pain and anger. And I do hope, like, even if you don't know where to start, we'll talk about it mwishoni. But if you feel like you want to try this out, reach out to yoga, to how reach out to how, please, not yoga. Okay. Now I'm associating you with yoga. Anyway, so let's talk about, tunajua kwamba when it comes to providing comprehensive care to patients and clients, you need to look on different angles. Sio tu afya ya mwili, lakini afya ya akili, and trying to see different practices and interventions ambazo zinaweza zikatumika katika kumsaidia mtu as a whole, right? And so do you think, given our context, is it realistic to integrate yoga into our healthcare settings or even like wellness practices?
Absolutely. Like, I would recommend like 100%. When it comes to healthcare, if you can integrate like yoga as a tool, because, okay, I'll go back. Yoga is a unification between your body, your mind, and your soul. So there's the body here, right? And if we go deeper, from every disease that comes, it's not just, it didn't appear from nowhere.
Yeah.
It started deep inside with your emotions, right? So when you think about maybe heart attacks, high blood pressure, your stroke, it's related, like it has to go back to the stress and your mind and your lifestyle. So if we incorporate the tool that we use in yoga to healthcare system, it's something that can work hand in hand actually, and also it's gonna really strengthening the like for you as a doctor, for you as a therapist, if you're telling your client, can you incorporate this? It's gonna fasten up their healing process. Why? Because so when you talk about mind, right? It's something really, really deep. And most of disease start here. In your mind, right? I'll tell you an example. If somebody doesn't know that they are pregnant, right? They're okay with it. The moment doctor tells them they are pregnant is where they start feeling those things. Right? Because your mind has already started creating this, like, okay, the pregnant person, maybe I feel dizzy, I feel cheerful. And then you manifest that in your body and start, So now it's like physical thing that, okay, I'm throwing up, but started where? Here, in your mind. Or somebody with HIV, for example. Everything comes. So if it teaches your mind, if you start dealing with your mind and how to work with your mind, it's going to help you, your healing process. Because then this goes deep again to your to spirituality, or like everything is spiritual, by the way. When you go deeper, it's like you are manifesting like whenever you are manifesting, it comes outwards in your body. That's why it's creating illness. But then you have to prepare your emotion environment inwards in order for you to deal with outcomes outwards, right? And for the people who are maybe stroke patients, honestly, your body is already there. It's already giving up. But your mind can be such a powerful tool to help you navigate through that, right? So if you started doing the practices like meditation, or like this different kind of meditation, visualizations, and train your mind and to heal yourself inwards, it doesn't matter how outwards looks, right? It's going to help you heal. So it's something very powerful that you can incorporate in healthcare system, because it's a tool that helps people to really thrive and just live, because it's going to make them understand more and stay with those pain. Sometimes it's like you cannot avoid pain. My head hurts right now, right? You cannot avoid that. It's fine. But then what can you do? You have to go back inwards, take a breath work, allow yourself to clear yourself, your energy inside. And that's going to make you feel better. Yes, you can take painkillers. That's going to numb your pain, but this thing is deeper.
Oh, yeah.
It's going far beyond that. So it's every disease. We have to go back inwards first to create the environment, okay, our lifestyle, what we eat, what we do in our day-to-day life. And in yoga, they teach like us everything, because everything is there. Like, how do you work with your body? What type of mind do you have? Okay, you're this kind of person. What food can you eat?
Yeah.
Like, so it has to go beyond that. And that's asks you to become very healthy, and just, it's beautiful. And this is an example that for me, before I've started the journey, I can say like every 2 days in 1 week, like every week, I'll be getting sick. Today I'll feel this. Today I'm going to go kesho kichwa, right?
Yeah.
Because I was not inwards. Like I didn't care what I eat.
Yeah.
I didn't care how I sleep. I didn't care whatever that I treat my body inside, right? But then when I started a journey of fitness, of wellness, is where you're becoming conscious.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
conscious is the word.
You know, you become conscious of everything, from whatever that you eat, whatever that you feel, whatever you eat, you're observing from people, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's something that helps you to navigate this life and experience this life that we have. And it doesn't matter. Yes, we already had our experience back then. It created some traumatic or pain or anything. Now it helps us how to sit with those pain in your body. You just navigate through life. So
here's to healthcare enthusiasts, policymakers, entrepreneurs, healthcare providers. Let's advocate for this all together.
Absolutely.
Mushasiku collective efforts get us to where we want to reach. And
100%.
if before we wrap up, I just want to finish this conversation with this question, how can people find you? And please do let us know. I remember the last time you talked about doing online classes.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so for those people, labda ambao wako mbali and would love to join your classes, how can they reach out to you? Okay. And that's more about leveraging technology.
We're living in the world where it's easy to find things, right? And I'm so grateful that, yes, I have clients that I teach online, right, from different places. So yes, for those people who are outside of Zanzibar, you can reach me out on my Instagram at @Hawa_yoga, and we can just talk things through, because I have online sessions, I have private sessions, and yes, for the group sessions as well. Yeah. So anything, I will just accommodate you according to your time, according to your space. And let's be in this journey.
I will definitely add your contact details on the caption. So kabla hauja exit kwenye hii episode, tafadhali read the caption. You'll definitely see how is contact details. Thank you so much. This has been a blast, right? I do hope that you guys mmejifunza kitu. I mean, hata kama haujajifunza chochote, at least kuna maswali unajiuliza. One being, when was the last time you sat with yourself and asked, how are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
Kama haujawahi, this is the start of the year. We need to, yes, there are things ambazo zimetokea, probably like even December, you're still trying to process. Lakini, don't suppress that. Take some time to tap into yourself and ask yourself, when was the last time you really processed what you're going through?
Yeah.
And like ukishapata hilo jibu, angalia, how can you heal? What ways can you which direction are you going to take to heal? Like it's finding different tools to help you navigate that, finding a psychologist, yoga teacher. We have Hawa right here. Definitely reach out. Mushasiku, the things that you can do there's some things that you need a professional to help you get through it. And so don't shy away. We know it's a journey. It's never easy to reach out to somebody, but baby steps, you'll get there. And we are so proud of you.
We are so proud of you. And there's the tool that I can give you to start doing today. When you wake up in the morning, right? Before doing anything, put your hands on your heart and just observe how your body feels. Ask yourself a question. How am I feeling? And from there, because we tend to distract ourselves with phones and everything, but when you take the first hour for yourself, maybe do any movement. Can be going for work, can be go to the gym, can be dancing, can be practicing meditation. That helps you to prepare for the day, meaning it doesn't matter what comes out of that day, you're going to be able to handle that things. And also, they say before you react to anything, just take a deep breath, man, because it can change everything. It can change the relationship with people. It can change how you feel at the moment. So before you respond to anything, take a deep breath and ask yourself, okay, how can I respond this? What do I want the outcome out of this thing? And also, try to move your body, because if you don't move your body, you'll be dealing with only using your mind as a tool to navigate yourself through this life, and it's going to get tired at some point of the time. But if you allow yourself to move your body so you can move the energy into it, there's where you're gonna bring in the peace, the calm, and it's gonna help you go through your day without getting yourself too deep into anything. Can be depression, can be anxiety. And also what you can do is journaling.
Love it.
You better find a journal and write yourself, your feelings, anything down. That it helps you to navigate through this life. Because yes, day-to-day life, a lot of things happening, and sometimes not everyone has some people that they can talk to, right? So in order for you to deal with those things, with those emotions, write it down. That helps you to release, and it helps you also to learn yourself through that. Yeah. And also the question you have to ask yourself every day, okay, how can I make myself better? Or how can I make the world better place? And remember, you can't do good things to others and not doing good things to you, because it always starts with you. And fill your cup first. That's most important before you pour into someone else. And be true to yourself, be true to your emotions. Allow yourself to accept, yes, I feel anger, yes, I feel sad. The moment you acknowledge it, it's going to be a game changer. And before you go to bed, just make sure you allow your body, your nervous system to calm down by doing a simple routine. Can be doing a skincare for yourself, can be, again, journaling or do some stretches. And don't forget to tell yourself good stuff and just be grateful for it all. It doesn't matter what.
Positive self-talk.
Be grateful, because we've got this life in the power of this now, this moment. Make sure you just live the best out of it by being present and being conscious and mindful. That's most important.
And just kuweka msisitizo. Fill your cup before you pour into somebody else's cup.
Those big. Fill your cup first before you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself. And self-love, self-care, it has a lot of things. It can be anything. So before you bring yourself out there, just fill your cup.
And it's the start of the year, so yes, mwaka ukiwa mpya haimaanishi kwamba ndo badilishe kila kitu. Just, take your time, go with the flow, see what works for you, practice new things, put yourself out there.
Absolutely.
And if you ever feel like you need help, do not hesitate to reach out. Alrighty, so thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope it's been a blast as it has been for me as a, host. It's been fun and very insightful. And thank you so much, Hawa, for joining us today once again.
Thank you so much for having me. And the last thing, let's do a practice, but I'll leave it with everyone who is listening. And so wherever you are, just, if it can be you're sitting, can be you standing, hug yourself. So bring your right hand on your left shoulder, left hand on your right shoulder, and give yourself some big hug here. And repeat it after me. I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Take a deep breath. And exhale, release. So you can do this anytime in any day, because we have got this body, we've got this mind, we've got the soul, but we have to have the time to really connect with them.
Yeah.
And it's been there, until now, how many things you've been through in life, but your body still cares.
Lots of things. And this is really a great way to wrap this up, because when was the last time you forgave yourself? When was the last time you told yourself, I love you?
Oh.
And so this is deep, very intimate. All right, looks like we don't want to finish this episode, but guys, thank you so much. Take care of yourself until the next episode, where I do hope that we get to talk more about different tools to integrate when in taking care of our health, mental health, and you never know, maybe we'll have a dance therapist on board.
Yeah, why not? We need dancing.
Thank you so much, guys, and take care, and please do share this episode with your loved ones. Until then, tap into yourself and ask yourself, what can you do to make your tomorrow better?
Absolutely.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.